Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be doing a turbo update. Now, something did actually pop out with turbo. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but you know what I say, a win is a win. And if you haven't been updating or, keeping up with Turbo, pretty much they have released stickers. So this isn't anything crazy, but like I always say, I don't mind doing any kind of update or partnership or anything that is considered a win. I will even take the smallest of small wins because they all add up to eventually a medium or big win. Now, this is a very small win in my opinion, right? Buying turbo stickers or, releasing turbo stickers isn't anything that crazy, but I like it. At the end of the day, like I said, it's something that probably didn't take that long, but this could and will bring a little bit more attraction. So yeah, like look, it's nothing crazy, right? It's just like I said, stickers. But like I said, how many meme coins are offering stickers? Right? Obviously, stickers aren't the most wow thing. But still, you know what? If there's nothing cooking up, they might as well be cooking up small things. Or if something big is cooking up and they have extra time, they might as well be cooking up small things like this. Now, someone was funny. Um, this guy was funny. He said, "Just pump. I can make my own stickers and t-shirts." Listen, people, that's not how the markets just work, right? That is not how the markets work, where it's just going to pump, right? Turbo themselves don't really have control over price action. The only thing they have control over is, keeping the fundamentals well, doing updates, getting listed on exchanges, you know, teaming up with potentially YouTubers, partnerships, doing all the little things, including like stickers. So that is what Turbo can do. But like I said, at the end of the day, news only really matters in the grand scheme of things or when a coin is very small, right? Let's say Turbo is going to do what it has to do. So let's say you retrace a little bit, doesn't matter, right? This isn't an accurate representation, by the way, right? I've said this before, right? If Turbo has some updates, let's say that were mediocre, a little bit big, a little bit small, maybe this coin can reach 10 cents during altcoin season. But let's say, it has the Coinbase update. It has bigger updates. It has still medium updates, small updates, and very small updates. And then let's say they also get listed on Robinhood. Instead of us hitting 10 cents, we could potentially go up to 40 cents now. You see, and that is just why news is, in a way, very, very important, right? I don't really care about it on a micro level too much unless the coin is very, very small, but even then, I value the candles way more than I do news. And like I said, right now, overall, all coins are kind of in the same spot. It's not just Turbo. If Turbo was bleeding out when good news came out, I would be a little bit concerned. But that is not the case, right? We've seen many, many altcoins dump. We've seen Bitcoin, dump and now it's recovering. So this isn't a turbo problem. But like I said, when things are pumping, what the difference will be between a 10x gain or a 30x gain are the news events, are the exchanges, are every single little thing, right? The little wins, the big wins, the small wins, that is what's going to be making the difference at the end of the day. And that's why I'm a big advocate for, uh, you know, like things happening right with a coin. I love when a coin is active. We can see why Myro, for example, was suffering, right? If we go to Myro very quickly, Myro suffers due to the lack of community and the lack of engagement on Twitter from the people running the page. Now, I've always said something with Myro, right? I still believe Myro can still be a great meme coin, and I still think is going to do decent. And I still believe there's going to be bandwagon at one point because of how undervalued the coin is. Plus, it having so much structure. That is what market makers like. That's what big whales like. When a coin has lots of structure, they are looking to be buying at certain areas. That is just the way it is. But look, Myro suffers because of the lack of engaging community and Twitter page, right? And updates. Turbo, sure, it sold off a little bit. Sure, it sold off from the tops, but so did every other coin. I mean, if I expand this right now, you can see pretty much anything that is in the positive. Well, this is Forex pairs, but Bitcoin dominance is up a little bit, which is irrelevant. We can see everything is down except XDC, right? But even then, sometimes when things get updated, they may deceive you, right? If we go on the hourly, it's looking fine. So, this is slightly up. But in general, right, we said that when something dumps, when Bitcoin dumps, when altcoin dominance dumps, all the other coins start to suffer and you see the effects. That is just the way it is in these markets. So, there's no need to worry, right? That guy on Twitter was funny because, Turbo has pretty much zero influence in the actual market structure and everything and what market makers are looking to be doing, but they have all the influence in terms of making updates. Now, look, one thing I did say I was a little worried about is, us selling off of these levels. Now, like I said, it doesn't really matter if we sell off or not in the big picture because Turbo is going to be going places. It is going to be going to the moon. You just have to make sure when you're on the moon, you sell, right? That is your only job. If you're watching this video right now, your only job is to just click sell, right? It does not matter if we kind of respect this and create a new high. If we do, then that is just confirmation that we should pretty much not be going back down to the lows because at this current moment, right, we have a high, so we have a low, a higher low, and we're waiting to create a higher high. If that fails, then we most likely will break this lower low, going back into certain areas, potentially going back into this wick over here at 0.074, right? Which is going to be a great buying opportunity. I personally have two buy limits. I have a buy limit over here, and then I have an aggressive one over here. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I personally like to do it a little bit more aggressive when it goes down because you just get a better average. And the reason why I'm okay with this is because context matters, right? Context is the most important thing. Everything suggests there will be an altcoin season. So if I believe, let's say, even Turbo could 10x from this price, and let's say it could 12x from this, then I believe, let's say, it could 15x from this. So if I have hypothetically $1,000 in here, I believe I'll be making 10 grand, right? 10K from this spot. If I put in an extra, let's say $200 here, right? I believe it'll give me times 12, which is 2,400, right? It is 2,400. And then if I have a big buy order here of $500, and I believe this is going to be giving me 15 times the amount, then I will be making $7,500, right? And you can see the difference with, the gains, right? You can see I have $1,000 here, and if I made 10x, that gives me 10K. But me putting in half the amount I have, playing it more aggressive in a specific area, if it were to 15x from here, if the calculations were right, I just gave some hypothetical ones, then we can see how this 500 can turn into 7,500 plus, everything else on top, which means I would be making pretty much over 20 grand, risking 1700, which is a great ratio. And that is just the way I like to play it. And that is personally the way I would advise, even though technically I am not a financial advisor. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen, right? Do not worry. We are waiting for the weekly close. It is the weekend. Things will slow down. But sometimes here and there, especially on a Sunday, things can either pump quick or dump quick. At the current moment, Turbo has broken structure here, retest off here, and it is looking to be climbing very, very slowly down, potentially even to 0.097, decent buying area. Remember, at the end of the day, these micro moves do not really matter. The most important is the big move and for you to sell.